2 of this interview with Simon Guobadia and Michelle Atlien. Okay, Simon's pretty much said he ain't paying Porsha on that prenup. Okay, if she want her money from the prenup, she better sell that house. And he said he's going to fight to the death before he pay Porsha. Child. He said he is not using his outside money, i.e., his international money, to pay on that prenup. Baby, anyway, let's get on to what was in the interview. So he was like, contracts was, not all contracts are good. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, Simon said he didn't gain anything from the prenup, but signed it. He thinks it's not fair. He said his lawyer told him he's not protected, but he loved Porsha. Well, he didn't say loved. He said, I cared for this person. You loved Porsha. And if that's what she needed, he was fine with it. So what's the argument? I'm just understanding. Okay. He felt targeted. The divorce that Porsha filed, he said he was blindsided. He said they had just came from Dubai and they had no problems. He said she was acting kind of funny. Now, was it me? Or did anybody else think like Simon only telling this story to make himself look good? But because I'm sure Porsha will tell a different story. Okay. He said that they went over to Dubai, to do their wedding, what is it? Anniversary pictures or pre-wedding pictures, engagement pictures. There you go. And, while they were over there, he really liked it over there. So it was to the point where him and Porsha both got residency over there. He said he wanted to help Porscha's brand, in the upcoming economy in Dubai. He said she was a public figure and business would have been good. Okay, so you wanted to use Porsha to blow up in Dubai because what you came with. Anyway, let me shut up. That was a side note, okay? Simon said Porsha can't come to Dubai anymore because if you defame a business, it's punishable by law. Now, if I was Porsha, I wouldn't go over there either. But I would go over there. Listen, if you're a resident, she needs to set up shop over there, okay? And do the business for herself. Oh, not free Simon. Okay, Bobo Anderson. As Simon is talking, I'm like, is he saying too much? Okay. Simon says he feel like he was scammed. Michelle Atlien asked him, were there red flags? He said there were red flags, and I ain't even gonna go into what he said because both of them were red flags. Okay. Both of y'all wanted something from each other. In my opinion, you wanted Porsha's fame. You wanted to get in the spotlight. Porsha, she wanted that Skrilla. Okay, and she got it. Well, if she sell that house, she'll get it. Okay. Because Simon said, I ain't paying Porsha. Okay. He proclaims that he's a provider, but claims he was targeted. Now, which one is it? Because he said, well, when you wake up and your girlfriend's crying and she doesn't want to go back on the show and want to know why people hate her, I'm going to take care of it. Now, he made it seem like Porsha came to him about the $30,000 allowance. Now, come on now. Which one is it? You a provider? Because he said it himself. He said, I thought it was good at the time. You a provider or you was targeted? What y'all think? Hey, Emily, how are you? So Simon clears up the lie that they knew each other prior to his divorce from Phelan. Because everybody keeps saying, Porsha knew that man. Porsha knew that man. But here's the thing for me, right? Although it was all skeptical, okay, how they got together, Simon was a part of it too. But Porsha gets all the heat. Anyway, we ain't even going to go into that because I'll be on this live for a minute with that one. Now, Michelle with these leading questions, okay? She asked him if he felt used or bothered. He said no. But he uses his social media as a teachable moment. Y'all, did y'all see the video blurps that Michelle Atlien was putting in? Because some of them was like, Simon, now is you telling the truth? Okay. What else? What else I got on here? Now, I can agree with Simon on the children's situation and Michelle Atlien on the children's situation, whereas Porsha got the house, the kids couldn't come over there no more. They had their own rooms or whatever. I could agree with that, but that's what happens in breakups and divorces. And it's unfortunate because the kids get hurt the worst. Thank you, Emily. So, listen, this not going to be long. So, let me finish up. Simon also said in another interview that, his kids don't really care who he's married to or who he's dating. So like, which one is it? Okay. Don't speak for the kids, because I'm sure the kids was a little bothered. But you done had 5 wives. But let me shut up, okay? What else I got? Oh, he said that the judge was biased on a situation with the prenup, one where he couldn't pay the money to Porsha, or he could, the mortgage on the house, because he was detained in with ICE. And he said the judge didn't believe him. He also said that there was a clause in the prenup where Porsha couldn't film in the house. Now, I got a question, because when Porsha, she said, hey, it's Porsha Guobadia. She came back as Porsha Guobadia, right? I'm sure Simon was going to be a part of that. So were y'all not going to film in the house if y'all was both on the show? I'm just asking. That's the question I had. That's all I had. And you know what I'm saying? Anybody else had that question? Because that's the question I had. Bobo, you think Porsha a gold digger? I don't think Porsha keep her own money. Anyway, so what else I got? So he like lost $300 million. And he felt offended that Porsha's lawyer will bring up, how much money he has. That's what happens in a public divorce. Cordell was smart getting rid of her. Bobo, don't like Porsha. No, he Porsha. He gonna fight legal to the death. That's what he said. He said that, because he's out of the country, he ain't paying Porsha. He ain't using his money that he making outside the country, okay? To honor that prenup. Simon claims his vows was taken seriously. And he said he was insulted because Porsha never told him the reason why they got divorced. So he's going to fight for the rest of his life in order not to pay Porsha. Damn, I said that like 3 times. Because pretty much he said a lot of words. But to summarize, I'm going to work on that. I like you, Bobo. You funny. What else I got here? Why Simon said Miss Diane was living rent-free. That is so crazy. Like, I could see where he coming from, but on the flip side, like, why wouldn't I want to take care of my mother if I'm making money? I'm saying, why wouldn't I want to take care of my mother if she got her own money? Why wouldn't I want to take care of my mother? But anyway, everybody has, a different opinion on that. I wish Michelle Atlien would have asked Porsha if Simon thought, I wish she would have asked Simon if he thought Porsha really loved him. Because I would have been interested to hear the answer to that. But anyway, that was all I got from the interview. Again, Bobo, thank you for feedback. Thank you for engaging with me on this live. And I'm going to work on my Wi-Fi. Okay. That's all I got, y'all. Peace.